Solving percent problems using proportions. In this video, we are going to use proportions to solve questions, examples that ask the question, how much can we spend? Sarah has $45 to buy new clothes. There's a sales tax of 7% on clothes in Sarah's state. How much money can Sarah spend on clothes and still have enough to pay the tax? So we know that we're going to think about what we know. Sarah has a total of $45 she can spend. She can't go around the store though and pick out $45 worth of clothing because then she won't have enough money to pay the tax. So she wants to know how much she can spend and still have enough to pay the tax. So we can think about it this way. 100% of the cost of her clothing plus 7% of the cost of that clothing for tax equals 107%. The total amount she can spend is 107% of the cost of the clothing. So that means 107% is equal to $45. We're going to set up our proportions. Proportions are just two ratios that are set equal to one another. So the amount she has in dollars over 107% is equal to the amount she can spend before tax over 100%. So we put in 45 because that's the total amount she can spend, and it's 45 over 107 is equal to the amount she can spend before tax over 100. So we're going to put in an X. So X is the amount she can spend on her clothing. Now we have our proportion set up and we can solve for X. So we're going to do 45 times 100, which is equal to 4,500. Then we are going to take 4,500 and divide by 107 and get 42 and 5,607 thousandths. Well, let's round that to the nearest cent, or we're going to round it down. We're going to round the cent down. So we've got $42.05. Sarah can select $42.05 worth of clothing and still have enough money to pay the tax. In the next example, a group of friends go out for pizza and they have a total of $70 to spend. They know they want to leave a tip of 18%. Apparently, there is no tax in this land, so we're just worrying about the tip of 18% in this one. How much money can they spend on dinner and still have enough for the tip? So we're going to think about what we know. We have $70 to spend, and they want to leave a tip of 18%. So how much money can they spend on their dinner? So the cost of the food plus the tip equals the total amount they can spend. So X is the cost of the food that we're going to figure out, plus 18% is equal to $70. So 100% of the cost of the food plus 18% is equal to 118%. Okay, so let's set up our ratios. We've got the cost of the food over the total amount they can spend is equal to 70 X over 70. So 100% of the cost of the food over 118%, the amount they have, is equal to X over 70. So now we're going to solve for X to see how much they can spend. So 70 times 100 is 7,000. Then we're going to take 7,000 and divide by 118%, and we get 59 and 32,203 thousandths. So let's round that to the nearest cent, and we've got $59.32. They can spend $59.32 and still have enough money for the tip. Okay, if we wanted to check our work, this is a way we could do it. We can think, now that we know they can spend $59.32, we can think, what is 18% of $59.32? To do that, we can do 59 and 32 hundredths times 18 hundredths, and we get 10 and 6,776 10,000ths. Now we can take that number, we'll round to the nearest cent, And so we've got $10.68 plus our $59.32, and we get $70 exactly.